So here we're asked to evaluate this definite integral, and we're given this integral here involving tan 2x and two limits. So we've got pi over 8 and then 0 on the bottom. And so this is going to be a bit of a trickier integral, and we're going to see why in a second. So the first thing we need to do is retrieve our rule for integrating tan in the log tables, and what you're going to find is that when we integrate tan of x, we're going to end up with the natural log of sec of x. So the rule in the log tables looks like this, but if we stick an a in front, we're going to have an ax in here, but we're also going to have to divide by a. So we're going to have to remember to turn this into a fraction as well. And there's one more thing which I think is useful to do, although it's not really necessary if you know kind of how to deal with sec of x. But what I would always do is change sec to cos, because sec is just 1 over cos. And so what we can do is just change this to cos of x on the inside for our rule. And then it's still the ln of, now instead of sec it's cos, but we just need to remember to put a minus in front of the log, because if we had the cos inverse, or I should say really the inverse of the entire cos function, so if we had all of this to the power of -1, that would be equal to sec, and then because of the rules of logs we can bring down our minus in front of the log and get rid of it up above our cos function, because I'll actually just write it down here as well. Sec of x is always equal to 1 over cos of x. So in a sense we've just created a different kind of fraction, and now we've got cos instead of sec, which is easy to work with using our calculator. And so with all that said, we're going to get into this one now, and we're going to start integrating this. And what we're going to end up with is minus ln of cos of 2x all over 2. Once again, using this kind of rough work we did over on the right to understand sec and the integral of tan. And so now all we've got to do is plug in our limits. And what we're going to get is the following. So we've got pretty much what we had in the first place, but with now 2 and 0 plugged in. And yeah, just be careful with the brackets here. This minus sign kind of leaves you tempted to just have one minus sign, but we have to remember there was also one initially when we changed sec to cos. So that's one thing I'd look out for here. One thing I just spotted as well is that in the second bracket down here, we've also got the cos of 0, or the cos of 2 times 0, and that is going to mean that all of this goes to 0. So we can kind of just cross all this out once we realize that we've got the cos of 0 in there, and now we just need to simplify this kind of fraction here. And so our answer when we plug that into the calculator is going to be 0.173 to 3 decimal places. So that is going to be it for this question.